Hi y'all, my name is Matthew Reed and today we're talking about Canon R5 and R6. Yeah, we try to figure out who these cameras are for specifically. But hey, guess what? These cameras were made for just about everybody. So, I just want to say thank you for watching the video. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Alright, no, I was just joking. That's not really the end of the video. But we're going to look at the cameras themselves now. Firstly, let's look at the R6, the baby brother here, so to speak. So specs wise, what are we looking at here? We're looking at 20 megapixels full frame sensor, the same one that's used in the 1DX Mark II Digit 10 image processor. We're looking at 4K 60 frames per second, 120p HD full frame. So the 4K is also full frame as well. On the photo side of it, we're looking at 12 frames per shutter for the mechanical shutter, as well as the electronic shutter gives you 20 frames per second. You get that good Canon dual pixel autofocus. They're now calling it the autofocus 2. And just to wrap it all up, we have the dual memory card slots. So that's what you're getting with the R6. And personally, I think this is these are excellent specs for a camera here in 2020. Now, what's the price of the R6? Based on what I'm seeing here on BH Photo, the price of the R6 is roughly $2,500 US. Yes, $2,500. I really think that this is good value for money. I really think so. 2,000, because the EOS R right now goes for about $1,800 US. So if you save another $700, you can get the R6. I think that's a real value right there. Let's look at the R5. Looking at the specs of this camera, you have 45 megapixels, full frame sensor, same Digit 10 processor. You have 8K RAW up to 30 frames per second. You have that 4K at 120p 10-bit internal video. You have 5-axis image stabilization. Oh yeah, the R6 also has that as well. You have the same dual pixel autofocus 2, and you have that dual memory card slots. So the pricing of this one, however, is $3,899 US, basically $3,900. Basically, both cameras here share similar specs. Both have dual card slots. They use the same Digit 10 processor. They shoot same 12 frames per second mechanical shutter, same 20 frames per second mechanical shutter, the same IBIS. Start again with the R6 this time. Now, if you're okay with shooting 120 frames per second in full HD, which is also known as 1080p, then I think this is a good value for you. If you're okay with 4K at 60 frames per second, this is a good value as well. If you're okay with not having 8K RAW, that's good value. Because when you think about it, if getting these specs in a camera right now in 2020 for only $2,500 US, that's good value for money. And I'll keep on saying that throughout this video. That is good value for money. So if you're one of those persons who it doesn't really matter if you have 4K 120, but you're okay with 4K, not 4K, but 120 in HD, then this is a good camera for you. So I would say that this camera is for persons who want to do, yes, professional work, but on a budget. So you have your videographers, maybe cinematographers, they want to use a camera that gives you good quality on a budget. This is the one for you. Speaking on the R5, we have that 45 megapixel sensor. So if that matters to you, get the R5. If you want that 4K and 120p, get the R5. If the 8K 30 frames per second, if that matters to you, the R5 is the one for you. if you're able to spend the $3,899 US, get the R5. So you have two persons here. You have one that's more on a budget and one that just wants the best in all worlds, so to speak. So who are these cameras for? Just to conclude here. Well, the R6 are for persons that are on a budget but still want very good quality. The R5, on the other hand, are for persons who might not be on such of a tight budget, but they want the best there is right now. So folks, you may agree with me, you may not agree with me. That's fine, you're all entitled to your opinions. But one thing I'd like you to agree with me is that you'll like and subscribe to this channel, leave a comment down below. My name is Matthew Reed. I'll see you in the next one.